Well, let's talk about Mazagon Dock then. The numbers look quite good. Margins as well expanded big time. We have Mr. Sanjeev Singhal, the chairman and managing director of the company, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Singhal. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining in. Always good to see you on our channel. Well, when you joined us the last time around, you were telling us that you're expecting growth to be in that vicinity of around 12 to around 15% for the year. Do you stick by that? For 9 months, you're in that vicinity of around 11-12%. So what's the guidance, growth guidance for this year? And how is FY25 shaping up, given that your order book is looking pretty good?
Yeah, we continue to maintain that the growth for the current year would be around 12 to 15%. So 15% is slightly on the higher side, which we are targeting. And going ahead for FY25, definitely there would be a growth. Putting the numbers right now would be slightly difficult. But yes, what we can say is that there has been a healthy addition to the order book. For the last couple of years, there was only decretion in the order book and no fresh orders were being added. For the current year, 23-24, I'm happy to share that we have added fresh orders worth almost more than 7,000 crores. So this is a pretty healthy addition, and we are also looking for further orders depending upon what time they materialize. So going ahead, we definitely see positive growth in terms of volume of production, in terms of revenues, and in terms of fresh orders also.
Okay, fresh orders of more than 7,000 crores is what you've added. Can you tell us about this contract with the Ministry of Defence? What is the latest on that? What is the order value that we're looking at?
With the Ministry of Defence, we have received 3 orders from the Coast Guard, one in October, one in December, and another one in January. So these are with respect to cadet training ship, the offshore patrol vessels, and the fast patrol vessels, various numbers. And in addition, we have also received one export order. And apart from this, last year, June, we had received an order for medium refit and life certification for one of the submarines. In addition, we have also received an order from ONGC, which is undersea pipeline replacement. So the cumulative value of all these orders is 7,000 crores plus. We are also looking for the additional submarines, 3 numbers for the Scorpion category. And this would take a bit of a time to materialize, but we are expecting within this year, this should also materialize. So this would be one large value order. Apart from the 6 submarines with AIP fitted, for which the bids have already been submitted last year. So these are being technically evaluated. And I'm not very sure whether this will be finalized within financial year 25 or this would spill over to the next financial year.
Right. Mr. Singhal, good to have you with us here on CNBC-TV18, Sir Prashant this side. And, you know, we talk about numbers and all these sort of technical things, but sometimes seeing is believing, right? And I think in December, if I'm not mistaken, the Defence Minister, and we kind of reported on this back then, but I think this is the first time we're speaking to you since then. The Defence Minister commissioned, India's latest stealth-guided destroyer, IMFA, right? I think that was manufactured by you. So yes, congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
Just to kind of not trying to sort of pin you down to give us exact numbers, but in the ballpark, sir, for FY25, what kind of revenue growth should we expect? I remember when we used to speak about a year ago, growth rates were in the vicinity of 20%, and you were pretty confident of that. That's come off a little bit over the last 1 year or so. So just a broad sense of what we should expect, sir, from here.
If you remember, when we were discussing with respect to the growth rate of around 20%, in 22-23, the growth rate was 37%. So probably that has already taken care of the growth which we were expecting. So some of that was to flow in the financial year 24, which we already registered in FY23. So this definitely will be having a sobering effect for 24. Where we are expecting 12 to 15%. Going ahead also, I don't see a very significant change because this is a shipbuilding industry. It takes time. This is infrastructure, and the project durations are significantly longer than normal process industries. So right now, I would not be able to see a growth beyond 12 to 15% for FY25 also. But as we move ahead, a clear picture would be emerging.
All right, Mr. Singhal, earlier you were guiding for, I think, 10 to 12%, then you upped that to 12 to 15%. Is it likely you end this year closer to 15%?
If you remember, when we were discussing with respect to the growth rate of around 20%, in 22-23, the growth rate was 37%. So probably that has taken care of the growth which we were expecting. So some of that was to flow in the financial year 24, which we already registered in FY23. So this definitely will be having a sobering effect for 24. Where we are expecting 12 to 15%. We are trying so.
Okay.
We are trying
All
so.
right. You're trying for that. Okay. Also, what about the margin outlook? For the past quarter, gross margins, they expanded quite a bit. I think gross margins came in at close to around 45%. That compared with around 35%. So there was a big expansion out there. What does it mean in terms of gross margin as well as EBITDA margins going ahead? Steady state, because it's been all over the place, a high single digit, 20%. There have been various changes in the business itself. So if you could tell us, what is the range we should work with?
Difficult to pin down any numbers, but at the same time, I would like to clarify that whenever these projects we are able to deliver before time. If you look at the projects in the past, there have been substantial delays on various accounts, not necessarily on account of Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders, because LDs have not been levied on us, so the onus does not lie on MDL. But at the same time, when the projects get delayed, it has a negative impact on the costs. Many of the costs are not reimbursed fully by the government or by the Navy. And similarly, if we are able to execute the projects ahead of schedule or in time, it has a very positive impact on the costs. So if we look at the 3 destroyers which we have delivered in last 3 years, one in October 21, then November 22, and again October 23, which was commissioned by Honorable Raksha Mantri in December on 26th of December. All these projects have been delivered either within the contractual time or before contractual time. The 3rd destroyer has been delivered almost 5 months before the contractual timelines. So when I am delivering a vessel of this magnitude 5 months ahead of schedule, it has a very positive impact on the costs and resulting into higher profits as well. In addition, what I have been informing earlier also, with respect to the submarines, of which 5 we have delivered, the 6th one we are targeting for delivery this year. There has been a LD which was levied by the Indian Navy on account of the delay from the contractual dates. But on analysis, the onus of the delay has not been on MDL. And corresponding to this, we have received a couple of LDs back. We have already received 3 LDs reversed. And during this quarter also, we expect 1 more LD to be reversed. So these amounts for the 3rd quarter also, we received around 160 crores, close to a cash refund of LD. Which also has a positive impact on the profitability. But these are the items which are not a stock item or a regular item for each and every quarter. Our normal business margins continue to be at the level at which they were prior to these developments. Once the LDs are refunded, there will not be any further LD refund. At the same time, we are targeting for the 4th destroyer delivery also ahead of schedule, which we are targeting for the 2nd quarter of 25. So in case we are able to deliver within 2nd quarter, that also would be having a positive impact on the costs and profit as well.
Got it. Got it. All right, Mr. Singhal, always good hearing your thoughts. And I think as you speak, you're sounding quite optimistic about achieving the upper end of that band of 12 to 15%. The stock price as well has moved to the high point of the day. Looking forward to having a chat with you in the coming quarter as well.